what happens when we go against nature? Really, what happens to us and what happens to the world when we suppress, when we go to war with ourselves, right? This is what we're seeing in the day-to-day. People have a problem with their health. Then they go to someone who claims they know something about the body, called a doctor. And the doctor gives the drug that suppresses the symptom. And that's considered a remedy. But that is no remedy. That is a trick. That's like a magic trick. And it's the same thing they're doing in nature. They suppress everything and it always bites back. It always comes back to haunt us. There's always a recorrection that the body has to make in order to overcome. And we have side effects as a result of that. That's what side effects, quote unquote, are in drug, descriptions. Well, this is because it's not allowing the body to do what it wants to do because it's innately intelligent. We are innately intelligent. Our body is, and so is nature. It knows what to do. It always knows how to rebalance. It's built in. And when we say no to it, when we break its mechanisms, when we interfere, when we meddle with these systems, we create grief, we create destruction, we create problems that we should have never had. And this is where we find ourselves here today. So that goes for the physical body of drugs and suppression and the realm of suppressing the activities of the natural world. We are water, we are electricity, and this realm is run by frequency, sound, and the genius of water. And if you want to learn more about the intelligence of water, you can study Beta Austin's work. It's really quite profound because she's also found a hidden language of water, which means there's a consciousness present. So as within and so without. So what happens when we pollute the rivers? What happens when we pollute the rivers of our body? And how does nature manage pollution? What changes when things are polluted? Well, the pH will change. That's the amount of hydrogen ions in any solution. If there's low, then you have a low pH, that's acidic. And if it's high, then you have a high pH and that's alkaline. And both on the extreme are problematic. We have increased microbial activity. Well, why? Because the microbial activity is what helps to break down the wastes. It also will help to manufacture vitamins and assist in all kinds of activities to deal with a recycling situation. We'll have algae blooms. So we see algae blooms out in the lakes, for example, when there's a lot of runoff of phosphates. If people are using toxic laundry products, it's going into the lake. It will create algae blooms, which actually can kill wildlife and can kill animals because they're so toxic, because what it's doing is breaking down the most toxic substances into even more toxic substances partially before it can get to the next stage of digestion. And if you expose yourself to those breakdown products, similar to mold in a house, you will become ill. It's not the algae and it's not the mold causing the sickness. It's the breakdown products that they are creating that's causing the sickness. So we have fungal growth, we have fermentation products. All of these things are happening when we have poisons that need to be broken down. And this is the same that happens inside of us. And this is why the fallacy of the germ theory must also be tackled and understood, because that is not how the terrain works. There's no terrain theory, there's only terrain truth.